All right, guys, welcome back to the channel. So as I mentioned before, there's a car that I wanted y'all to check out, and that's my buddy Tracy's Grandsport. So he's got a lot of big plans for this car, a lot of things he's already done, a few things that he's still waiting on. He's going to kind of show us around the car, tell us what he's got done, and tell us what his goals are for the car. So while we're at it, he's also given us the opportunity to check out his ZR1 and his C8. So I know there's a lot of news on the C8s going around. So he's just got one. He's really happy with it. So we're going to ask him his opinion on it compared to the other beasts. So he's, of course, a Corvette enthusiast like the rest of us, but a car guy in general. So we can all appreciate a good build regardless of the make and model. But as Corvette guys, you know, there's a special place in the heart. So, hey, Tracy, how are you?
Good.
Doing all right?
You bet.
Awesome.
No complaints.
Awesome. So, hey, I appreciate you letting us check out the cars, man. I know that there's a lot of people excited to hear about what's going on with the Grandsport. So just kind of want to check it out, see what you got going. I forgot just how rowdy this car sounds. So tell us what all you got going on. What's the current build on the car, and then what are you going for in the future?
Well, whenever I started out with this car, you saw it, and it was going to be more show,
Yeah.
and a little bit of go. And now I've decided to go full effort on autocross and super lap.
Awesome.
Which super lap is the time attack series, and you're just running against the clock. Same way you do with autocross, but it's on a road course.
Awesome.
Typically a 1.5 miles to maybe 2 mile road course.
Okay.
Pretty technical and stuff like that. So the car is being set up primarily for that, and it's gonna sideline autocross.
Okay. Awesome.
The class for autocross is going to be Cam S.
Okay.
And the car is being built for SCCA Unlimited in time trials.
Okay.
You know, so.
Heck yeah.
So get all my parts gathered up. That's the plan.
So, okay, I know that there's been a lot of changes that have been done to the car so far since I've last seen it. I've always seen this car, you know, at car shows, like you said. It's always a beautiful car. Paint is always in immaculate condition. I don't know how you do it, you know, racing the car and keeping it in such great condition. But I see that there's a few add-ons. So you got an extended front splitter here. So that was new. Then you, of course, got the wing, that giant wing on it. And then it looks like you got wheels, tires, and brakes put on it.
Those are Apex forged wheels.
Man.
And, got AP brakes, and it's sitting on Hoosiers right now.
That's awesome. Yeah, I can see those things look like they grip up pretty well. Amazing.
The car's been gutted. The roll cage should be in any time, and then we're going to start the installation of roll cage and racing seats. Going to have a driver and passenger racing seat. And
Wow. So how many pounds do you think you shaved off of it just gutting it like that?
I'm hoping that I can shed 400 to 500.
Wow.
I mean, unless you make a full commitment on that, the Corvettes are a little tough to get them to go on a diet.
Yeah. They're already pretty light to begin with. So, I mean,
this one here, you know, your Z06 is lighter than this one. Your
Okay.
Z06 has an aluminum frame. This one here has a steel frame in it. Before I started to work on it, this thing here, full of fuel, me, 3,600 pounds.
wow. So, okay. So you're looking to be probably close to 3,000 or a little under that then.
I'm hoping.
Okay. Well, you're making progress, that's for sure. Man, it's cool to see just what a Corvette looks like without all of the fancy stuff. So, fully gutted. Pretty cool looking. So right now you've got, it's a newer one, so it's an LS3, right?
LS3.
That's currently in it. So are you thinking of putting a different motor in it, or are you going to keep the same motor and boost it, or?
The LS3, I'm going to pull it out. We're going to replace it with a LS7.
Okay, awesome.
Custom built by Lone Star Horsepower here in Lubbock.
Heck yeah.
And estimated horsepower on that build to the wheel is 630.
Okay.
And that's naturally aspirated.
Okay.
Which is a good jump because this LS3 is sitting right at 480 to the tire.
Okay. Awesome.
It's a little warmed up itself, you know.
Yeah. That's awesome. So we'll be packing a pretty good punch.
Yeah.
So I know before we talked a little bit about what you were tracking with the car before on a specific track, kind of the times that you had, and then some of the Porsches, because Porsches are known for being on the track a lot. So what do those times look like, and what are you hoping for?
Well, the Porsches that I was running against had me covered by, and it's really not the car's fault. It's more or less the driver, but had me covered by about 4 seconds. You know,
okay.
On that particular track. I'm hoping the car can overcome some of my deficiencies in driving ability.
He's a very good driver. Don't let him fool you. But yeah, I understand those guys are out there all the time. They live and breathe it, and they got the car to assist with all of that, with the running. So
the one track that where they hold a Super Lap series is Arroyo Seco in Deming, New Mexico, and I did a 121 on that track first time out on it, and everybody's saying, man, you're so close to being sub 120, and that's the milestone there at that track. And the Porsches were running 116s, 117s, stuff like that. So I feel like getting a little bit more familiar with the track, and you know, getting some more seat time in the car, that I can be there and be competitive with some of those guys.
Awesome. Well, you know, I'm going to be rooting for you for sure.
Well,
go beat up some Porsches, man. Show them Corvettes are still in it. So, so you're probably going to be pushing, you know, around 700 to the crank. And so are you still going to be shifting the car? Are you going to leave this in there, or kind of what are your plans for the transmission? You going to keep the same transmission?
We're going with a 6XD sequential shift transmission and the Winner's quick change rear diff on it. So custom built for C6 Corvette. Different
wow.
torque, different length, torque tube, everything. Won't be I'll be shifting, but I won't be lifting off the accelerator or pushing the clutch.
Man, okay.
It's just going to be grabbing and go.
That'll be really cool. So you got a 700 horsepower, lightweight Grandsport with a sequential shifter going down the track.
Yes.
That is going to be something super crazy to watch. So,
it's going to be fun, and it's going to sound good doing it.
Yeah. I'm definitely looking forward to that. So I'm going to have to come out and watch you race sometime, and hopefully get a ride in the car too.
That's the reason I'm putting that second seat in.
So that'll be amazing. So for everything that you're doing, are you changing up anything else on the car as far as you know, running any alternative fuels or changing out the ECU or anything like that?
The ECU is one of the holdups. You know, it's kind of slowed the build down. I'm gonna have a Motec 150 ECU in it.
Motec,
yeah.
Okay.
And the car's already on E.
Awesome.
You know, so.
Awesome. So E85, man, this just keeps getting better and better. So you've got E85, 700 horsepower, naturally aspirated, LS7, and a sequential shifter, with Motec.
Yeah.
So you're going to party.
I got G-Speed engine coolers up front. There's 2 of them, and this is I pulled the
Oh, I like that mesh.
fog lights out. And
Yeah. Man, I might have to talk to you about doing that to mine, because right now I don't have any mesh on there.
It's easy enough. I think it's easy.
Yeah.
And in the rear, I've anticipation of getting ready for the 6XD sequential transmission and the quick change. There's 2 oil coolers in the fender wells back there in the back.
Awesome. So I noticed there are like these, what are these here? These little like canisters.
That's the Penske remote for the shocks.
Okay. Awesome. So these
Couple
are like,
adjustable Penske's on the car, front and rear.
wow. Sorry. So you've got Penske adjustable shocks. Okay, they're back there. You can kind of see them from here, which are really good. I mean, that's incredible. So you can just adjust your suspension on the fly then.
Yeah, I do just the rebound and dampening on them. Don't have to change ride heights all that often. Once you get it set and your crossweight set, you just do your rebound and dampening.
Wow. Okay. Awesome, man. That's cool. So where are you gonna have gauges in the car, or where are they gonna go, if you're gonna have any? Because I don't see anything on the dashboard. You don't have a radio anymore, so.
No, I'm gonna have a Motec electronic dash, and then your normal switches, fire suppression
Okay.
knobs, and master switch and all this. And I'm running a Racekeeper data logger.
Okay.
And it operates off. It'll hook up to a Apple tablet.
Okay.
And I'm going to mount that in there. That way,
You can keep track of everything.
keep track of that. It'll give me
Okay.
predictive lap times and stuff like that I can look at on the fly.
That's awesome. So this is gonna be like a Tesla screen in there. Man, this thing is gonna be.
Of course, it's going to have a quick release steering wheel.
That's awesome. Okay, so you're getting rid of the OEM steering wheel.
Yeah.
Awesome. So it's already undergoing change, but you still got some stuff to go.
There's nothing up underneath the dash right now except for the existing wiring. That's it. I've already done all the work on that. Air conditioning. It's just, that dash is just a home.
Wow. Yeah, you can kind of see it from here. It's just, yeah, she's gutted. She's gutted pretty good. Wow. Well, this thing's going to be absolutely amazing. I love the decals that you have on the car. And
That was
so,
part of the show. show and go, They're not going to go away.
That's awesome. Looks so good. Like the matte, and then with the black of the hood, just to match. That's beautiful. Then of course the quick release. And then the matte black badging too. Man, this thing it's so neat. Jeez. And I can see, like how you have the suspension set and the camber that's already going on.
Yeah, right now we're running a little bit too much camber. I mean, that's just the way I haven't adjusted any of that out yet. I need to pull a little bit of negative camber out.
Well, it's still sitting pretty, man, for sure. That's awesome. Man, I can't wait to see this thing go. It's got so much going for it.
I told you I made some adjustments to the underneath of this with some G-Speed Corvette components.
Nice. You got it? He's got it. I think he's done this a time or two.
As you
Awesome.
can see, this is not your typical C6 layout. The radiator's leaning the other direction.
Yeah, I see that. All that looks new too, man. Wow. Yeah, G-speed, and then your adjustable.
Yeah, the shock canister
Yeah.
remotes.
So you have front and rear.
Yeah.
Wow. Got your catch can. Better release.
To upgrade, whenever we go in with the LS7, it's going to have an upgraded dry sump system on it. We're going to build AER dry sump on it.
Okay. Awesome.
Another scavenge stage, and you know, AER is a good product.
Yeah.
And it's going to have an increased capacity as far as oil, and you know, it's concerned too. So.
You have to keep that oil pressure up.
Yeah.
Going around all those corners and at the speed you're going to be going. Man, I'm curious to see how many G's you're going to hit going around some of these turns.
Yeah.
With this.
My race keeper should be able to tell me.
Oh man. So when all comes in, as far as the roll cage and the Motec and all that stuff, when are you estimated, you know, like for your first event, what are you kind of aiming for? Are you aiming for later this year for the car to be done and kind of do your first event? Or is this like, okay, we're probably going to be looking into next year, or what time period do you think? What time frame are we looking at?
I'm hoping to be on the track by June.
Okay, so really soon.
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. Man, so that's new motor put in, Motec put in, cage put in.
We've got everything in place right now with the exception of roll cage, Motec, and let's see, roll cage, Motec. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
you're almost there.
I mean,
You're
the
like right
transmission, the drivetrain, the 6XD, and the winner's rear end, custom, tube, everything's sitting there waiting.
Wait for the
The car,
new motor.
I've done everything. I've done a whole lot of the work myself, just because I like doing it.
Yeah.
And you know, Lone Star won't hire me. Well, I'd work on it whenever it's in their shop.
That's awesome.
No, but as soon as the roll cage gets in, the project's going to kick in totally 100%.
That's awesome.
We can set the car up and run it without having the Motec in there. The original equipment ECM is going to run the big engine. It just can't handle the cuts on the engine, the torque management whenever you go to shift gears.
Okay, with the sequential.
So, yeah, without the Motec, I'm going to have to use the clutch. Shift like normal. You know.
Okay. Awesome.
And I mean, but we can get the car set up, the engine broke in, everything like that, and maybe do a little bit of testing with it. And then whenever Motec comes in, mention his guys, they'll go in there and change that ECU
Okay. Awesome.
out and do some more tuning on it and stuff like that.
Cool.
Then we'll be 100%.
So what clutch is in here now? Is it just the stock clutch, or did you? Because that looks aftermarket.
It's the original stock clutch that's in it.
Oh, okay.
now.
So I guess with moving up in power, are you keeping the same clutch? Or are you going with a twin disc or?
Going with a Mantic single disc,
Okay.
lightweight flywheel.
Awesome.
And Mantic, this disc clutch assembly is actually set up and developed for a dog box transmission.
That's awesome.
You know,
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I'm actually running Mantic too, but I'm running a triple disc clutch, and I've got a MGW shifter. So that's cool. I'm glad you're going with Mantic too.
Yeah,
they make good clutches.
The guys at Mantic, they weren't afraid of 700 plus horsepower and you know, the dog
Throwing
box.
at it.
Let's go play.
That's awesome. Well, cool. Well, thanks for the tour of the car, man. I'd like to come back once you got everything all put together. We can take another look at it once we got the Motec in, got the LS7 in, and all of that to just see what the car looks like. And, you know, maybe we can talk about what times you were running or what testing looked like and stuff like that. I think that'd be really awesome.
How about you go with me?
Oh, definitely. Hey, you just let me know when. So, and I'll definitely be there. I'd love to film the car. So this is a car that I'm definitely going to be following closely. So, because this is going to be an absolute track monster. So I can't wait to see this thing perform and to get a ride in it. So let's talk about one of your babies here. So these ZR1s, I mean, iconic as always. I mean, there's nothing like a ZR1. I mean, the name speaks for itself. The history speaks for itself. I mean, I don't think there's any car enthusiast that, you know, wouldn't respect, you know, a ZR1. And so this one is gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. So, and I think with the silver stripe, this is a special ZR1, isn't it?
One of the 131 that's equipped like this car.
Wow. Wow. So have you toyed with this one any, or what's all done to it? Is it still stock, or?
Well, it's not stock. It's got an aftermarket spoiler on the back.
Yeah, this spoiler.
Seriously, I can't leave these engines don't eat.
Okay.
Cammed a little bit and overdriving the floor.
Okay, awesome.
13 pounds boost.
Okay, that's pretty stout.
And, with the way it's set up right now, it's 752 to the ground.
That's stout. That's stout.
Nothing like yours.
Well, I mean, you know, for a bolt-on ZR1, you know what I mean? Yeah, let's see the goods.
Just kept everything.
That's awesome. Is that an aftermarket throttle body?
Yes.
Awesome. Yeah, that looks nice.
You see the E85 sensor right there.
That's awesome. Man. Gorgeous car. It's gorgeous, man. Look at that.
This is my dream car.
This one here?
Yeah.
Man.
Whenever they first come out, back in 2013, I said I've got to have it. Took me a while to get there, but I finally got it.
You got it. That's awesome. And a rare one too. That's amazing.
Well, I mean, this one here is one that I had not this particular.
Right, but the
It looks like
that's awesome. Man. Well, these things keep going up in value. So
yeah, if I was to sell today, I'd come out pretty good.
There'll probably be some offers on your car in the comments, so it's beautiful. So tell me about the C8 now, right? So we went through the Grandsport, we went through the ZR1. right? So tell me a little bit about the C8.
Well, the C8's been with us for about a month now.
Okay.
I wasn't going to buy one. The wife wasn't too sure about them and stuff. And we had decided, we started talking about buying another car to keep the mileage low on this one. Because,
Okay.
you know, we go out
Yeah.
and take Corvette club trip in it and stuff like that. And I just didn't want to wear this one out. So we started talking about getting one to wear out.
Okay,
So the C8, that's our road car, and it's a heck of a road car. Ride quality on C8 versus C6 or
Yeah.
C7
that was gonna be one of my questions.
is just phenomenal.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the
And-
differences being, you know, comparatively, what are like the biggest differences you would say?
I mean, ergonomically, I mean, just the way it's laid out and just the comfort.
Okay.
Seats, I mean, support you in the proper places. If they don't, you can, pump them up a little bit or lean them back. They're comfortable all the way around.
Okay. Awesome. I know it's got quite a bit more technology, so I'm sure you probably can feel that. Because to me, you know, some of these newer cars that I drive have a lot of computers and stuff like that, and they just feel different. Like they go fast, but you don't feel like you're going fast. You know what I mean? So I imagine this car, the C8, to be like that. Because I know the C6s are pretty raw. You know, and I mean, that thing is obviously going to be, you know, just all the senses are going to be engaged whenever you're driving that thing.
Yeah, this one is salty just from the sound.
Awesome.
That one there, these is, I mean, the Corvettes, road noise, all of them have road noise. I've got a C4 that's loud as all get out if you're on the right circuit.
Oh, so you have more Corvettes.
I got too many. The C8 has road noise, but it's not as bad or pronounced as the C6s or the C7s
Okay.
and stuff. So
See, I know a lot of people don't like road noise. To me, I kind of like it. I mean, it's just more engagement with the car and the feel. Like, you know, I like to feel some bumps. You know, if it's super smooth, I'm like, am I really driving? You know, so I like to feel a little bit. But, you know, of course, I can respect a nice, clean, quiet drive every once in a while.
well, there's something to be said to be able to talk to your significant other or listen to the radio. And like in the C6, even the ZR1, I mean, until I changed, I had to run flats on it, and I went with conventional tires, and it quietened it down quite a bit. And you can
Okay.
actually carry on a conversation and listen to the radio in it.
Awesome.
And the C8, you can do that too, and it still has run flats. If I decide to go to a conventional tire,
Yeah.
quieten it down a little bit,
Okay.
you know. So
Awesome. Well, man, like I said, I mean, I bet you smile every time you come out and look at all these cars.
I do.
I definitely would. It's an amazing lineup. And I guess you got some more Corvettes too, so that's awesome. That's amazing. Well, Tracy, thank you for running us through all these cars and explaining what's going on with them, and, you know, allowing me to come over to film these beauties. So really hoping to follow this one pretty closely. Can't wait for it to get done. You know, of course, can't wait for a ride in it. So, but we'll definitely keep track of this car, and I'll let y'all know what's going on with it.
I can talk Corvettes just about any time.
Well, I mean, be ready, because so can I. So I guess we're going to be having a lot of conversations about some Corvettes. So awesome. Again, thank you for the opportunity. Thank you for the updates. Really appreciate it.